Morning, guys. Raptor Freak here, Alexiot. It's Monday. We're just starting our West Coast road trip. We're playing against Portland and the Trailblazers in Portland, and it's not going to be an easy game. But there are some things that are in our favor in some ways about this game. I should say, Portland's deceivingly short this year. Like they seem like they're a tall team because they've been a tall team for like a long time, but they really don't have a lot of height throughout their roster. Like they're playing Norman at small forward right now, starting, and the only real big guy that they've got is Nurkic. Nurkic is their big guy, and of course we got to worry about Nurkic because he's a real center and he does real center kind of stuff. But I think if we do what we did with Drummond, with Precious, just keep Kem out there all the time when Nurkic is out there. Like I'd like to see Kem start first of all. That'd be a really big thing that would make me feel good about tonight with Nurkic, and have him play mirroring Nurkic, Kem Birch. That would make me feel real good because the injuries tonight are bad for center for the Raptors. Like it's day to day still for Fred, day to day for Precious, day to day for Chris Boucher, and Yuta is still out tonight. So we're a little short up front. And, Kem is going to be really important against Nurkic. And then we're going to have to get help from OG, Pascal, and Scotty to be like kind of backup center power forwards that really hold down the paint. But like I said, this is a different Portland team. It's weird. Like they've reshuffled a little bit. They've got some new players, different players, and they're not as tall overall. Of course, we got to worry about people like CJ McCollum and Norman Powell. But I'm not sure if Lillard's playing tonight. Lillard didn't play last night. They played the Nuggets, and they got waxed. Yeah, this is the second night of a back-to-back for Portland. They went to Denver last night, and they really got waxed. They got beat by like 30 points. So they're not feeling too good from last night. And Lillard didn't play. He wanted to play yesterday. It's something with his appendix or his sides or something. I don't know. He's got a strained like midsection muscle, and he's been playing with it for a couple games now. And Chauncey, the new coach of the Trailblazers, Chauncey Billups, he said, "No, you're not playing today." But he really wanted to play last night, Lillard. Like they had to force him to sit. And so I have a good feeling that he's going to play tonight for sure. So we should expect to see Damian Lillard tonight. Unfortunately, it'd be great if they held him out again, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to end up playing him tonight, just because he really wants to play, and I don't think this injury is something that's going to keep him out for long. But it's much easier to play against them without Lillard, that's for sure. See, the thing is, too, it's weird. He's not even their leading scorer right now. Like, the new rule changes have really affected his game also. Like, he's been complaining about him just like James Harden, Trae Young, because his scoring average has dropped. He's averaging right around 20 points a game. And CJ McCollum's actually their leading scorer right now. So it's very interesting stuff. But like I said, like after Nurkic, almost everybody on their team is 6'7" and under. Like they really don't have a lot of tall guys on this team. It's very deceiving, Portland. But, it's the normal thing. Let's beat them down low. Let's beat them on the rebounds. Let's beat them on the points in the paint. Let's beat them on how many field goal attempts we get by getting more offensive rebounds and making them turn it over. And then this is something really important because we haven't seen this good in the last week. We really need to get to their shooters because Portland has good shooters. That's how they'll kill us if they're going to kill us tonight, is we got to get to their shooters and stop them from getting any open shots. Like we can't do what we did against Detroit this weekend. That was messed up. That letting them shoot so easy, not getting hands in their faces, anything like that. This is something we can't do tonight. We have to make sure that we definitely get to their shooters and agitate them at the 3-point line or wherever they want to shoot from, mid-range, whatever. We just have too many good players, too much length, too much energy to allow a team to shoot 55% from the field, especially a team like Detroit. It's just messed up. So we need to improve that. We need to show an improvement by limiting the other team. I want to see their field goal percentage be like 30% or lower tonight. Like overall, 30% or lower. I want Portland to shoot that badly. So it's a winnable game. Portland's 500 team right now. and we're a 500 team. So it's going to be a real battle. And I hope Fred gets to play. I think that he might, just because it is Norman. And, the friendship between these guys and the fun and the rivalry now that they play against each other, it's fun to watch. So I really hope that Fred's okay and he plays tonight. Another reason why is because I don't want to see Dragic play a bunch tonight. I really don't. I don't want Nick Nurse to start giving Dragic too much time on the court where he has to put him in a rotation regularly, because I don't think he should be a regular rotation guy. I think he should only be used if Fred is hurt. That's the only time he should be used. Start when Fred can't start, and that's it. Goran Dragic should be on the bench otherwise. So let's see. Good morning, guys. Good morning, MK47. Good morning, Paul B. Good morning, Andrew. Yes, Norm's having a great year. He's been playing good so far. It's tough for Portland right now. They're a middling team in a very tough conference. It's going to be really a scrappy year for them to even make the play-in this year, because there's a lot of teams and a lot of competition out west. Andrew, let's go, baby! Yeah! All right, yeah, game day. Come on, we gotta need this. The game's late, y'all. We got to remember these West Coast games. They don't start. I think the one tonight starts at 9:30, but it may be 10:30. I never get it right exactly because I don't know which time I'm looking at. It said 9:30 on the NBA website, but they may mean 10:30 our time. I don't know. We're going to start at 9:30 or 10:30 tonight. I do know that. Paul B, stop the double teaming and leaving the open shots. Yes, these teams like Detroit, are they really that good that we need to double down on some of these guys? Yes, if they're a big guy and we need help covering a big guy on a double team, sure. But these double teams, they're over doubling, and it's giving open shots to the other team. Easy open shots. And I think that that's something that's probably already been talked about and will be adjusted by the coaching staff with the players. And I think that's awesome. MK, play Flynn. Oh, yeah, play Flynn. I love Malachi Flynn. I want to see him more. I'm surprised he's not on the 905 this year, because last year he didn't really get a chance to play on the 905. And I think the 905 would do really good things for him, that he would get more time and get more confidence and really show something. Like if he went to 905, I would see Malachi Flynn scoring 40 points in a game. No, I'm not lying. I mean, Delano just got 30 in a game last week. I could see Malachi Flynn filling it up like that and getting 40 points in a G League game. So, like I said, I like all the guys to go down there. I realize Scotty Barnes will probably never, ever touch a G League court, and that's just how it is. But, all right, let's keep going. Andrew, I wonder if Fred's groin injury was a cheeky reference to his big ball celebration. I don't think he's really injured, is he? I thought about this too. I thought it was a little convenient and funny that it was a groin injury after the big ball celebration in the fine. But apparently they said, like in the press conference, that he had been dealing with this for like a week or so. So this has been an issue that's been bothering him. But it's the kind of issue, like the same thing with Precious, his issue with his shoulder right now. They're not huge injuries. They're just holding them out. I think they held them out on Saturday partly because of the matchup, and they thought they wanted to give some other guys some time and looks and just, hey, why don't we just hold them for one game? It's not a very tough opponent. Well, we thought. And, I think it's more like that. And I think if Fred has the choice today to play or not, he's going to play, because I think he wants to play against Norman because that's fun. It's his buddy. You want to be out there playing against Norman. These guys came up together, and they're so tight. The Osmos commercials and, winning a G League championship, winning an NBA championship together. I love Norman. Norman is such a true blue Raptor to me. He's in that category with guys like Morris Peterson and Jerome Williams, that he's just been so loyal and great to our franchise. And I know he will be even after he retires and for the rest of his life. He's going to be connected to Toronto and be a part of our team somehow, some way, whether it's just an ambassador or something like that, because I really feel like he feels that strong connection to our franchise and our team. And if he ever, was going to go to the Hall of Fame or anything like that, he'd pick us. He'd want to be in there under our jersey. And I love Norman. I've always loved Norman. And I love that he came from where he came from. And he went through the grind with DeMar and Kyle and reached that top with us. There's so many special memories with Norman Powell. I always respect and love him. So let's see. Okay, Paul's got us the official time, guys. 10 p.m. Eastern time is the game. So pregame around 9:30. listen to the idiots talk about how the Raptors suck and how Portland's so great for a little bit, that kind of stuff. Andrew, the Pistons just got hot from three. That won't happen every game. Yeah, they got hot from three. And not only that, they were like, Coach Casey, this is for you. We're going to stick it to the man who stuck it to you. And that it really is a Casey's revenge kind of thing. It's such a huge factor when Detroit is playing us here in Toronto. It's weird because when we play them in Detroit, it's not as big a factor for some reason. In fact, we play them better in Detroit because also our fans, they used to cross the border and they'd take over that building, and it would be so much fun to see. But I don't know how it's going to be this year with the border and when we play Detroit. I hope I see a bunch of Toronto fans over there and they take over the Detroit arena when we play them next there. But there's no guarantees with the border and COVID and all the different weird things that are going on right now. But they shot way too well. 55% from the field, and like their 3-pointers were really good, like 45% or something like that. And it's just unacceptable. Our team is too good defensively, and I know that they were watching tape all day yesterday on that plane and coming into Oregon, that they were really, really looking at where they messed up, because they did. They messed up against Detroit really, 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 really bad. All right, Andrew, Osmos is good. Have you ever had it? You know what I used to do, Andrew? This is a funny question. I'm glad you asked this. I used to eat Osmos before every game when all the commercials were on for good luck for the game. I would order Osmos and eat it. And what happened was I got sick of it. I was eating so much Osmos that I got really sick of it, and I can't eat it anymore. Like the sauce and everything about it makes me really feel gross at this point. But yeah, I was eating it before every game for a while. It was really when Norm was in the commercials, and it was really like a part of the whole like advertising with the Raptor games. Like, oh, I'm going to eat the Osmos for good luck, because I ate it one day and they won, and I was like, oh, I got to keep going. See, I'm that kind of stupid, superstitious guy that will do stuff like that, ruin his dietary life just for the wins for the Raptors, But it did mess me up for a while. Like it wasn't good for my body either. I have all kinds of dietary restrictions, and there were some things in it that really messed me up. Paul, okay, and then excelled a bit after the title run. He's never looked back. Yeah, Norman's development has just been gone like that, and I love it. I love it. The fact that he's a consistent shooter, the fact that he's such a great defender now, the fact that I just loved playing for us when he used to, because we knew in the playoffs he'd show up big for us, especially when we played Milwaukee. Always showed up big when we played Milwaukee because he had a chip on his shoulder against the Bucks. This is a similar thing like the Casey's revenge. Norman got cut by Milwaukee, and he took it out on them every time he played them. And I used to love seeing Norman become angry playoff Powell and go to the lane and do all the different things he used to do. Oh man, I like I said, he's always going to be good in my books. And part of tonight that's going to be fun is watching him play against us tonight. And I know the love will be there. We'll see him with the guys and Pascal and Fred and OG, and it's just going to feel good to see him again. But it was really sad when we traded him last year. It was great we got Gary Trent Jr., don't get me wrong. And it was so weird because right after we traded him, we had to play him like 2 days later. Like it was right away we had to deal with him. And you know what he said? He cried. He cried the day before he had to play the Toronto Raptors for the first time because it just kind of went against his wiring. His wiring inside his head was so pro Raptors that the day that he had to face us, it was like, does not compute. It was really hard for him emotionally to play us when we first traded him. It was sad. Yeah, the Osmo stuff is funny. All right, I've been eating back-to-back champwiches for a while now. This is good, Paul. Any kind of weird eating superstitions we can do as the crazy positive Raptor fans, let's do it. Let's go with it. Like when we were doing the championship run, Stevie Roots and I would sit in very particular spots, and we had very particular rituals. Like every day that the Raptors play, Stevie Roots has to text me JWB, which means just win, baby. And he didn't do it last week when we played. I forget which game it was. I think it was Detroit. He didn't do it on Saturday. He forgot to text me the JWB on Saturday, and then he saw that they were playing, and he's like, oh my gosh, they're playing. I forgot or something. I think it was either that game or the Boston game last week. And like, we're weird like that. It's weird superstitions. This is part of the reason why I feel like I got to do the show every day, because it's part of what I don't want to mess with the superstitions and stuff. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying. Andrew, all right, let's hear Andrew's food superstition. I'm the same way with A&W. I eat A&W after every win, but now I can't because I'm gaining weight. Man, these are tough life choices. Gain weight or help the team, like, keep going with it. I know, man, this is tough. Like, I had to stop the Osmos thing because it was messing me up. It really was. Paul B, I got no beef if Norm drops 40 on us. It's all love. Yeah, let's let Norman get 40 on us. Nobody else. Just like Norman, that's cool. Yeah, it'll be fun. It's going to be a love fest. It's going to be fun. Not only that, on the download, Chris Boucher's back in his hometown where he, did his college years. He really is happy to be back there. Some of his posts on Instagram last night were all about being back at home and stuff like that. It's just too bad that these are the guys that are hurt, Fred and Chris, because Chris should be back there playing in front of his guys. So in front of his old things. Dame is injured. Yeah, he's day to day right now. He's got I thought it was appendicitis. It's something to do with his side and his like abdominals. He's got an abdominal strain. And he's been playing with it for like a week. They said that he did it last Tuesday against the Lakers or something like that, but he played through it for like 2 games. But then Chauncey benched him. Yesterday. He said, "No, you can't play." And Lillard came to him and said, "No, I want to play. I want to play." And they forced him not to play last night. So that's the whole situation with Lillard right now, is that he didn't play last night, but it may be that they forced him not to play last night because they wanted to play him tonight against us. So I expect him to be there just because he has the gumption and the competitiveness to want to be there tonight, no matter what. I think he doesn't want to be hurt and sit. So, yeah, Lillard. Gary Trent. Oh, this is an interesting storyline I didn't even really think about, Paul. Gary Trent back in Portland showing some of his new tricks. Yeah, maybe he's showing his little defensive stuff. Maybe the Portland fans will get really mad because they'll be like, "Oh, my gosh, why wasn't he doing this for us? What was this? Oh, my gosh, the steals." I love this. See Portland fans get upset with that. Actually, I got to say what up to my friend Joe in Portland. He's a big Trailblazers fan. He's like me with the Blazers, I am with the Raptors. So, all right, let's see what else is going on with this game tonight. The West Coast trip is weird because it's always like a late game, and we're going to be up till like 1 a.m. and like watching it, and waiting around for the press conference interviews afterwards is even later. So, oh my gosh. But like I said, on this 6-game road trip, 2 weeks, we can get 4 wins out of the 6. That's fantastic. If we can stay 500 and get 3 out of the 6, that's great too. But if we get lower than that, I'll be disappointed in the team, because I really think that like out of these games, some of them are really tough, like Golden State, Utah, these are tough games, but Portland and Sacramento are winnable. Memphis and Indiana, we beat Indiana in Indiana already, so we can go there and beat them again on the end of our trip, hopefully. And Memphis, that'll be an interesting game in Memphis on the way back also. So I really feel like we get 4 out of these 6. It'll be a very successful trip. If we can get half of them, that's fine with me too. But that's what I'm really looking at this week. And, we'll do the preview today. I'll react tomorrow. And then, guys, just so you know, on Wednesday, because there's a second day off, we'll do the second trivia game. So y'all mark that down. And it will be hard at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. I'll always do the trivia games at the same time, so that if you want to be there for those trivia games, we will know that the exact time is always 9:30. Okay, so and participate. Maybe you can get on the board with the guys. Steve Sleeve killed it in the first trivia game. And it's fun. It's a fun game. It's Family Feud style. I make a list of like 10 people, usually the Raptors in some category, and then you guys just guess them, and I give you guys points. You get 3 strikes, you're out. It's Family Feud style. So it's a lot of fun, and we had a good time doing it the first time. So, all right, let's see what you guys are saying. Paul B, Road Warriors are showing up tonight. This is the thing. We should be happy we're going on the road right now, because obviously home is not the place to be for our team for some reason. And let's go 6-1 on the road. Let's have like this incredible road record, and we just can't win at home. It will be some sort of weird, bizarro playoff team that like they can't win at home, but they win everywhere else. I think Tampa ruined us. I don't know what it is. It's really, really bizarre and weird. Okay, let me think. What else? Yeah, it's just really the injuries are the same. Like I was saying, it's Lillard possible tonight. I think he's going to play. I think that we should prepare that he's going to be there. They have another kid that's out. He's not as big a deal, Brown or something. And then on our side, Yuta's still out for sure. And then the other three guys are questionable, which means they could be playing. I think Fred's likely to play still tonight. I think he is likely to play. Precious, I'm not so sure. They may hold him out one more, but he could play. And Chris, I think, is less likely he's going to play. He's probably going to be the one that's definitely not going to be playing tonight with Yuta, just because his back got messed up from that fall. The second one, he not the one that looked really bad. It was a second fall in the game where he got even more hurt. So it sucks. It sucks because he was starting to roll. He seems like he can't catch a break. And like all of a sudden now he's hurt again. It sucks, man. All right, Andrew, I really want to see Siakam have a stretch of big games. It's important to get him going. Yes. Like he had a really good game against Detroit. Let's have him have good games and us win. And I think that the key to that is, I keep saying, is don't start him at center, Nick Nurse. Just don't start him at center. Do whatever you can, but don't start him at center. And I honestly believe that bringing Scotty off the bench is the best move right now because Scotty is a little bit of everything. And if you have a guy like that coming off your bench, he can really make a difference. And I'm not saying he gets his minutes cut. It's just he doesn't start. He can still play 35 minutes. It's just we start Kem with the Fred, Gary, OG, and Pascal. And that's the starting lineup I love. I want to see that starting lineup because that's a veteran starting lineup. Those are all guys who have been on our team for almost a year at least with Gary and Kem. And, you know, they have a lot of good chemistry already in that unit because they've had the more time accrued playing together. You know, Pascal coming back, him and OG are on the same page. Pascal's on the same page with Fred. Fred and OG, same thing. And Kem and Fred have really good chemistry too. And Gary and OG are starting to have really good chemistry too. So that's what I'm saying. If we're having problems with chemistry and passing in our offense and efficient offense, that's the way you do it. You put the guys who have been out there the longest playing together and you play them together. And Scotty's great and he can start still. And I don't know what they're going to do tonight, but I really think that's the thing you do, especially because Nurkic is going to start. You don't want to start the game with Pascal Siakam matching up with your Nurkic because you put him at a disadvantage right away and you make him have to work even harder. And honestly, Nurkic will eat us up. He will eat us up. He'll get every rebound he wants to get and he will score at will if we don't play Kem Birch, mirroring him. Like you got to do the exact same thing you did last week, Nick Nurse, with Andre Drummond and Precious Achiuwa. Put them out for the same amount of time at the same times, same spots, and we'll be very successful. I believe that because I think Kem can stifle Nurkic. Let's see. Gee, good morning, man. Glad to see you again, man. The group I see that needs to work on chemistry are Pascal with Barnes and OG. I see both Pascal and Barnes always looking to pass to OG, and it becomes predictable. Yeah, and you know, I also noticed that part of it out there too is because we have so many new players like Svi and who else is like Precious and Goran and different people. You know, I noticed that guys will have open guys that are closer to them that they could throw it to, but they throw it to people that they're more familiar with that may be the tougher pass. Like I'll see Svi open and they won't throw it to him, and I'm like, why don't you throw it to Mahalik? You know, or, you know, why aren't you throwing it to Precious in the corner? I know he's not really a great, I mean, he's not known as a three-point shooter, but he's a good three-point shooter. And if he's open, get it to him. But they like to go to their favorites or people that they already have established passing and chemistry with. I noticed that. But that's the thing we got to open up because we can make it so much easier for ourselves. We make the best passes and find the best shots. And right now, our offense is still struggling to get that kind of synergy and easy function like that. Gee, yes, I saw that all last game, passing to their go-to guys and not the open guy. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't understand that. Like, get it to the guy who's really open and see him. And part of the problem I was seeing before with Pascal and OG was they had tunnel vision. They weren't able to see the court very well. When they get down and near the basket and the double would come, they weren't very good at seeing where the open guy was or passing it to him. That's something they really got to work on. And OG did a good job at the end of the game we won last week against Philadelphia, finding the open guy when he went to the lane. Both of them need to get better at that. And they need to pass it faster Because part of the problem is too, is we're beating teams, like we're getting ahead of them and beating them, and they could get the open shot, but the guys are hesitant to shoot, and the defense recovers, and all of a sudden they're in their face. I'm like, there's their split second to take the open shot, but they're not aggressive enough in taking it. And then all of a sudden the defense is set back up, and they have to do all the work again over again to beat the defense with their offense again. That's what I'm saying. These are little things that we need to get better at. Recognizing when we have the best open shot and taking it, being aggressive and taking it instead of being passive and like passing it up, because I see great shots that they don't take all the time. And I'm like, why don't you shoot it? And they just stand there, or they dribble for a little bit or something like that. I hate that. It's really, really bad. Like when our offense is standing around and somebody's just dribbling at the top of the court, just standing there, and nobody's moving around. I hate that. Everybody, that's why I want you to back as quickly as possible, because that man's always moving. He's always moving. He's always stirring the pot, running through this way, that way, this way, that way. And sometimes our guys, it looks like watch out for this on our offense when everybody's just standing around, and then we eat up like 3 or 4 seconds of the 24-second shot clock. That's really bad, not good, because we're not getting anything going. All right, guys. The game's much later than today, later in the day. I hope all y'all have a good Monday and start your weeks off right. I don't really have a whole lot more to say. I just hope we can get to their shooters and control Nurkic. And if we can beat them in a lot of the main categories we've been doing well in, we'll win tonight. Because this is actually a team. This isn't the same kind of Portland team that we've had to face where they've been really tough. It depends on Lillard, really. Like if Lillard really goes off and he is the superstar, that could be a problem. I just want to say one more thing, guys. Today is the Macho Man Randy Savage's birthday. I just want to say happy birthday to the Macho Man, who's dead, of course, but we still miss you and love you, Randy. And, let's go. Let's win this one tonight for the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Let's go! Woo! Oh, yeah!